Hello there, my name is Jay. Let's take a look at IELTS Writing Task 2 and the cause and solution essay type. Okay, on test day, what you're going to have to do is analyze the task carefully, very carefully, because sometimes it's not just as straightforward as being a cause and solution essay. Sometimes it might be a little mixture of different ones. So you need to be flexible and you need to plan accordingly, and you should be spending about 4 minutes of your time analyzing the task carefully and planning your essay. Then when it comes to the structure in which you're going to be flexible, you're going to have to think about that and think about the criteria every sentence you write, in every sentence you write, okay? It's crucial that you understand the criteria and you just keep it in the back of your mind as you're writing your essay. Then lastly, you're going to check your work for any silly mistakes that you may leave in there. All right, let's analyze the task and plan our essay well. Okay, so let's read this task here. It says, in many cities around the world, traffic is a serious problem. What are the causes of this traffic problem, and what actions can be taken to improve the situation? Cool, pretty straightforward in terms of the content, right? Traffic problems and what causes this and what are the solutions. Okay, cool. We know what type of essay we're writing, but even still, we're going to still plan this out accordingly. Okay, so in the first part of the task, it says in many cities around the world, traffic's a serious problem. What are the causes and what actions or solutions can be taken to improve the situation? So when we plan, we might break it up. We might write something that says, what are the causes and what actions can be taken? Then when we go through here, we might say, well, growing population is one of the causes. More people equals more cars on the road. And insufficient infrastructure, road maintenance, traffic lights, poor public transport services, more time stuck in traffic. Of course, the question asked you, what are the causes, plural, more than one? So you do at least need to supply 2 causes. So what actions can be taken to improve traffic problems? Well, you could improve public transport. You could make it cheaper, more reliable and safer. This would put fewer people on the roads. And another way would be if the government invested in regional areas. This would encourage people to move out of cities, and this would, of course, result in less traffic. Cool. Okay, let's now think about how we might structure up our plan and thinking about that task. So there's different ways to do this. Here's one way. We would, of course, start with an introduction, and we would have a background statement that sets the context of our essay. Then we would write a specific statement based more specifically on that task. Then I would say what I'm going to write about. I'm going to tell the reader what I'm going to say, and I'm going to provide my opinion in there as well. I'm going to write my 2 body paragraphs, and I'm going to finish with a conclusion. A conclusion will have a broad statement. It's going to summarize the arguments, and it will also include my opinion. As I mentioned, you need to be flexible. What I could also do is I could actually have 4 body paragraphs. The first body paragraph would talk about cause 1, second would talk about cause 2, third would talk about solution 1 and solution 2 in body 4, or I could do cause solution as well. That's an option. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to write 2 body paragraphs where I talk about the causes in body 1 and the solutions in body 2. Okay, in body 1 more specifically, I'm going to write a double idea paragraph where I have like an umbrella sentence. I talk about point 1, which I then extend. I talk about point 2, or the second cause, which I then extend. In body 2, I'll have my umbrella or topic sentence. I talk about solution 1, which I extend, and solution 2, which I extend. Okay, cool. I know how I'm going to structure this up. I've thought about that. Now I'm going to start writing, and I'm going to keep the criteria in mind. Let's just check it just to refresh your memory. So there's task response, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource or vocabulary, and grammar. More specifically, here are the details. Please pause the video, take a look at these just to put them into your memory. All right, let's take a look at a sample here. So here's the task again. In many cities around the world, traffic is a serious problem. What are the causes of this and what actions can be taken to improve the situation? In terms of task response, this essay has answered all parts of the question. It's presented a clear position or opinion throughout. It's presented, extended, and supported the ideas of the cause and the solutions. And of course, I've stayed on topic. In terms of coherence and cohesion, it's well organized. I've used paragraphs, and I've inserted linking words and pronoun reference where needed. In terms of vocabulary, I've used a wide range, I've been precise, and I've spelled everything correctly. And in terms of grammar, I've used a wide range of different sentence types, especially some complex sentences, and I've used grammar accurately, and I've used correct punctuation. Let's look at what this means to have complex structures, which is a really critical aspect. So complex structures or complex sentences can be created by using these conjunction types. You might start a sentence with one of these words, or it might be embedded in the middle of the sentence. But what it's doing ultimately, it's coordinating two parts of the sentence. You can also use relative pronouns like who, which, that, where, and whose. Put simply, the IELTS writing examiners like these words because they like these sentence types within your essay. If we look closely at this essay here, you can see the variety of complex sentences that I've used. Okay, before we finish, we need to check our work for silly errors or silly mistakes. There are a range of errors that may occur when you're writing, from article misuse to preposition, the wrong preposition, or it might be a verb tense issue. Could be too many words or word order, who knows? Have a look at these errors here and see if you can fix them. Pause the video. Cool, so for example, the first one needs a plural noun. So it's not issue, but issues. Little things like that can cost you. Okay, so on test day, what you need to do is analyze the task carefully and plan your essay accordingly. Use a structure that fits, that works according to that task, not one that you've just memorized because you wrote an essay yesterday. It has to absolutely fit that task, right? When you write, you're going to write with the criteria in mind, making sure that you're on topic, that you're using a wide range of vocabulary, some complex sentences, etc. And at the end, you're going to have to check your work before time is up after, say, 40 minutes. Cool. Now that you know what's what, I want you to go ahead and write one of these essay types, please.